Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Andrei Jikh. He is a legend. I've been a huge fan of you ever since the beginning of everything. So
100 years ago.
Yeah, way back in the day. Yeah, we go way back. Man. Way back. But you're gonna teach us an amazing move that you created, and that I think that's what got you famous. To be honest, I mean that's how I learned about you, Andrei. So
yeah,
and I feel like I know how to do the move, but I don't do it well.
Right.
Yeah.
So I feel like everyone creates that one move that everyone is known for, and like that one move that everyone's like, oh yeah, I totally do that move. Yeah. So this is it. This is bullet.
Bullet. Yeah.
It's a way to twirl a card with one hand in a way where it makes it seem like a lot is going on, but once you see it in slow-mo, you're gonna be like, that's retarded.
So like how when you're learning a magic secret.
Yeah. Basically, like,
that's pretty much like that. Oh, and we have Shin here. He's a beginner at cardistry, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so he's gonna learn along, and so you have different levels. Let's begin.
Yeah.
Let's
do this.
All right. So first thing you want to do is take your deck and hold it in mechanic's grip. Yep. And then you're gonna take your index finger. You're going to pull the card out, right, like this. Yeah, perfect. And then your middle finger is gonna come out. And then it's gonna come flat with the deck like that. You see how it's flush, right? And then the index finger, make sure you kind of start to swing the card out, and it's gonna pivot around your middle finger, right? Keep going until you can't go any further, and then your middle finger is just going to grip it with the index and the middle finger. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect. So one more time. So start
should
from
it
the
be
top.
on the corner part or where?
About the corner, yeah.
Right here?
Keep the card light when you're holding it. Otherwise, it's if you're holding it too tight, it's gonna be like.
That's probably my problem.
Yeah, don't grip it too tight, guys.
Yeah, I have a tight grip.
Tight grip. Yeah.
I always have a tight grip.
It desensitizes you. So
yes, it does. I know the feeling. Or lack of feeling.
This got phallic real fast. All right. So, index finger.
I know I don't talk.
Pulls the card down. Yep. Middle index finger comes out, and then grips it with the middle and the index finger. So you know you've done it right when these cards are almost parallel with each other. When you, yeah. So if you, yeah, perfect.
Awesome.
That's it. And then your index finger and middle finger, they come back up like that. Yeah. And then thumb takes it over and swings it to the bottom. You guys are all experts at this.
Yeah, but we don't do it as well as you. That's the problem.
It looks so bad slow, right? It's like, what? That's it? And so the secret is just keeping it loose.
Keeping it loose.
And then when you do it, give me a little bit of a wrist keel, a little bit of a swing.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Wow.
And then if you do it with just the card, just try to learn this. This is the move. It's like the card is almost spinning on your nail. You see this? You see how this happened? Oh, hello.
Hello.
I think he wants to learn bullet.
He wants to learn bullet. Yeah.
That's you want to card?
Natsu, you want to learn bullet? What does he do? Natsu,
you want to learn bullet?
Okay. You know Natsu is a Pokemon?
Is he actually?
Natu, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's Natu and Zatu. I'm a Pokemon nerd.
So Natsu, you are a Pokemon, huh? You're a Pokemon.
He's a real life
Would you like
Pokemon.
a knock? Oh, you like?
Awesome.
He actually likes knocks. Believe it or not. Interesting choice of card. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Natsu. Okay. Anyways, so I think so a loose. See, I always did this. I always pushed it off.
Yeah, no, you can do that. It works if you want to do it that way.
But I think it was just the fact that my grip was just so stiff and like tight. It just wasn't.
That looks so good. Okay, so now if you guys can like walk your way through that, like stumble through it, what you can do is you can do bullet 2.0, which is basically you're bringing it around, right? So you're doing this, the same thing, yep. And then when you take it, you see how it's kind of like, what do you call this? Perpendicular, right? So then you take it with your middle finger and your index again on the long edge, and then you do the same motion and you twirl it out. Yeah.
I think I lost you at that point.
Yeah. Does that make sense though? So you're here to the bottom. Yep, to the bottom. And then take it out with the index finger. Yep, and then middle finger grips the long edge. Yes, and then yes. All right, so hold the deck in mechanic's grip, and you're gonna use the index finger to almost push the deck inward, and you're gonna
get that one card, and you'll see the middle finger will get stuck, so it has to lift up in order to clear, so the card can be completely parallel and flush with the deck. Now when that happens, your index finger is going to kick that card out, and it's going to rotate it almost 90 degrees until it can't go anymore, and the middle finger will be forced to grab that card in between the index and the middle fingers, at which point you put the card back on top and the thumb takes over and puts the card to the bottom. And you guys can see that I almost lift the deck out of my hand to put that card on the bottom. So one more time, you'll see the middle finger has to clear first, and when the index finger rotates around, go as far as you can, and the middle finger will naturally just take over. At that point, put the card on top and the thumb takes it to the bottom. That's probably the easier part. Now notice my grip is actually very, very light. It's hard to tell in the video, but I'm not grabbing the deck very strongly. So once the card rotates out, you can see there's a flick action that happens between the index and the middle fingers, and that's what's going to take a little bit of practice. It's a combination of the wrist flick and a wrist rotation like this, as well as this flick between the index and the middle fingers. So I'll show you that one more time. So the card gets pulled out, the middle finger clears, and you'll see there's a combination of the index and middle fingers, as well as this wrist keel action move that gives it this one fluid motion. And you guys can see, even though I've broken it up into separate parts, all of this is one fluid motion. And right here, what you're seeing is bullet 360. So this is classic bullet. And one more time. When everything is combined, you can see that flick action. And you can do this several times, by the way. This is continuous bullet. And the index and the middle fingers, they're almost switching places. It's hard to describe, but once you practice it a little bit, you'll see this is kind of what happens. So the middle and the index finger, they switch. Can you see that? So they rotate around and they switch. And that's what creates this glimmer, or this glimmer of a card that's just rotating really quickly, even though it's really not. It's just this finger motion, and you're combining that with that wrist flick as well, and that's what gives it this insane quick rotation. So one last time, I'm gonna show you a few times. And this is also, by the way, the 360 bullet. So you'll take it to the bottom, and then you re-grip with the index finger and the middle finger, and it'll do another kind of 180 back on top of the deck. So it starts at the top, it rotates around the deck to the bottom. In classic bullet, you'd leave it there, but in this one, you bring it back around on top. So from a different angle, so you pull the card down, everything is the same. Everything's the same up to this point, you rotate it down, but instead of leaving it there, the index finger grabs the long side of it with the middle finger and rotates it back on top and squares the deck. So all together, it should look something like that. So you get that extra spin.
Wow.
Does that make sense?
That's cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Clearly a beginner.
Yes.
Sorry.
No. Oh, shit.
Are you allowed to swear in the video?
Yeah.
Or you swear in it.
I always swear in my videos.
You do?
You can't help it.
Yeah, I have to beep it out all the time.
Yeah.
Beep.
And then, of course, you guys can start to do this stuff like that, you know, just dropping cards and doing stardust.
Really good at that part.
We'll cut it.
You know, things like that. Do you do the behind the back sequence?
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, I always.
You know it.
I know it, but I don't hit it. Okay.
As he does it, and I mess it up. I just broke my knuckle on that.
You alright?
Yeah, I'm alright. On that table.
Push it, too much, man. Dangerous. It's dangerous. This move is very dangerous. That's why it's called bullet.
That's right. And
Yeah.
also I taught Nick how to do bullet shot. Nick Suriano. Yeah, you had him on the channel. So, you know, you're doing this.
Yeah.
And then you shoot it, but I don't want to
shit.
kill Casey.
Did he cut a celery? Can he?
He can.
With that?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, that's funny.
It's amazing. So I think if you take it, and you just...
Oh,
Whoa.
that was fast, dude.
Dude, it's
Wait,
amazing, yeah.
Can you
Whoa.
cut an apple with it?
Yeah.
Is it pretty accurate?
It's, I'm not very accurate with it. But like,
Oh, that's pretty good, dude.
Yeah, it's not bad.
You have to do it with your left hand or your right? Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Oh.
So it's bullet. It's the start of bullet, but you're really just putting in a little bit of a thing and.
Did this just become a second tutorial?
Yeah. Let's move into
Is
it.
this a bullet shot tutorial?
That's
would you
right.
say?
Your bonus move.
Ah, wow, you get 3-1. Bullet 1, bullet 2.0, and bullet shot.
That's right.
All in one package. You guys should be grateful. Say thank you to Andrei. Thank you very much.
I'm sure everyone does that. They think they're original. You know, you look like a Super Saiyan.
Do I?
Yeah.
Slowly, bit by bit, it just gets higher and higher.
Yeah. No, you're just getting golden hair one day. You walk out on
Eventually
stage.
just like,
Yeah.
Natsu, hey!
And
Natsu is just, Natsu is Super Saiyan. Okay. Natsu, that's your reflection. Don't.
this is your reflection. That was fun. Thank you for having me.
No,
guys.
no, dude. I hope you guys learned a lot. Or not.
Or not.
Yeah. Hey,
Or
who
not.
knows? Are we even recording? We don't know. But
Yeah,
hopefully,
that's it. If you guys want to learn about money though,
Yes.
and how to manage it, and how to be
Everyone's
awesome,
channel.
save money, invest it, then come visit me.
Well, and also like cardistry stuff.
And cardistry
You
stuff, yeah.
do a lot of cardistry too. So
Yeah,
that's
just
awesome.
do everything.
I mean, this guy's the god of cardistry, so you gotta head over right now. Link is below. Check it out. Subscribe to his channel, follow him, and invest in Andrei. Maybe he'll make you some money.
No promise.
And invest in me. Go to the Mirage Show right now.
Yes.
Get
Yeah.
tickets. Limitless. It's limited. Actually, limited, believe it or not. So
It is
we're running
limited.
out of tickets.
The irony.
For real though. All right. Peace out, guys. Bye.